decisions in your life, albeit painful, sometimes to push you down roads you otherwise would not chosen for yourself. And because he's the author and finisher of your story, sometimes he knows you will not move, and so you need a push. And so sometimes he might close the door to give you that push. Sometimes you might go through rejection to get that push. Sometimes something has to crumble around your life to get that push. Sometimes he'll take something out of your life to give you that push. Sometimes the Lord is watching you, knowing that you need to take this next step of faith. And you won't jump, so he engineers a circumstance to push you to that next level. And it's in hindsight we go back and we look back. We say, thank you, Lord, for what you did. You closed that door. That person rejected me. I lost that so you can push me down this road I otherwise would not have chosen for myself. Lost a job, lost a house, lost a business, but this is what the Lord walked you into as a result of that.
For more motivational or spiritual content just like this, hit like and subscribe.
Allie, as we embark on this new, this new journey, and I know so many people are seeing this transition, people walking out of your lives, people that you thought had your back that are showing their true colors, a sort of a time of just being alone or being with God or just a season of reflection. There's a lot of people going through this.
No, really, there are a lot of people going through it. And I'm glad that you brought this up. I think it's an important time for us to have this conversation. I think a lot of people have been feeling this transition creep up. I think in maybe some have maybe felt it as early as 2016.
Yeah.
Others may have felt it creep in 2019. Others really fully blown saw it in 2020. Others in 2022, 24. So I really feel like this is the time period right before we hit this new, I don't know, precipice. It feels like there's something bigger that's coming. And when that happens, you normally do feel like there is a push. It is a force that is pushing you to a specific position. And you're like, wait, I'm not ready to move yet. But that's the thing, is sometimes we get too comfortable. We get too complacent with the things that we allow. And when we are called by something higher than us to do something that is a little out of pocket, see what I did there? Or a little, uncomfortable.
Yes.
And you're afraid to jump. But if you really do believe Bible and you really do believe that the Lord has you, you're going to jump anyway. And the more you practice that, the easier it gets. But walking up to the edge of that cliff, I'm telling you, it's scary.
It's scary. I'm glad. I'm blessed that I have my bestie and my sis in Christ to do this with, because I know this hits home for both of us.
Absolutely. In so many ways.
And it's almost like sometimes God will put you in a place where he's like, what are you idolizing? Is it a relationship? Is it a paycheck? What is it? What is it that's got you hindered and blocked that you won't take the next step to continue to do?
I'm calling you to take.
Because he gave us our mouth, and largely we do pray before we open it. So if you don't like what's coming out of it, maybe the problem is your ears.
Yeah.
And I just need to go somewhere else. And
listen, ladies, and it's not even just ladies, it's men too, because I feel like men are going through this as well.
Too.
And I've had largely conversations with, several guy friends that are going through some of these things, and it's difficult. Even our women are going through. It's everybody. Everyone is going through some kind of transition, some kind of faith jump that they need to take. And we're just here to encourage you and show you there is better on the other side of that. When
take the jump with us.
Yes. When you relinquish control and you allow the creator of the universe, right, to control your life. If you really are going to submit your life to him, to Christ, to God, allow him to take over.
And watch. And sit back and watch.
How
guys.
he blows your mind.
Absolutely.
We have been so blessed. And I cannot even explain to you how blessed we've been over the last couple of weeks.
That's why you got to keep it locked here on Out of Pocket. We are going to take a quick break to give you a reminder from Liberty Cigars. Keep in mind, currently we're keeping the same promo code, Open Mic, because all funds will still come directly to Out of Pocket. So keep it locked right here. We'll be right back with more Out of Pocket after this message.
From the heart of Marietta, Georgia, comes a tribute to the spirit of liberty. Liberty Cigars, where history meets craftsmanship. Each cigar tells a story. The Founders Collection honors the visionaries who shaped a nation. The President's House Collection celebrates the leaders who steered it. and the Naval Series salutes the heroes who defended it. Handcrafted with precision, each blend mirrors the essence of its namesake, from the boldness of George Washington to the elegance of Thomas Jefferson. Indulge in a moment of reflection. Light a Liberty cigar and savor the legacy. Discover your story at libertycigars.com, because every great nation deserves a great cigar. Liberty Cigars, smoke the history. And don't forget to use promo code OPENMIC for 10% off your order.
Levy.
Listen, well, the red hat will always stay on, but
Amen.
we are two women that don't quit. So
We don't quit. Absolutely.
whether it's the red hat or the red heels or the whatever it is or the smart mouth, it's coming.
Maybe pink is the new red right now because it's a wave of
femininity. I think we are just
femininity. True
tap
femininity.
Tap it back into
Not
that.
that hyper woke feminism. Speaking of, we are so grateful that you guys have tuned in today. We have an exclusive interview from somebody who is literally walking the faith walk right into entertainment, a music mogul. But Allie also incorporating the tools of technology, right?
Well, and so this is an interview I think that has been long overdue. I'd love to do a second one to take maybe a little bit longer to dive a little deeper into how he got started in the music industry. But he's been around for quite some time. He was making music before MAGA, but everybody calls him a MAGA rapper,
of course,
because he got big, like doing MAGA stuff and for his political views. And now he uses technology to create music and has completely bulldozed over billboards and is making everybody freak out.
But we got a chance to meet up with him at Patriot Gear.
Yes.
Conservative Ants store in Cape Coral.
And he actually has his own merch with Patriot Gear. So if you go to patriotgear.com, I believe it's on their website. But most importantly, if you go to visit Patriot Gear in Cape Coral, you'll be able to find it. It's black and red and has scripture throughout the word patriot. And this, guys, is our interview with the one and only Topher. And I can't wait for y'all to hear it. Good morning, Patriot family. Thank you so much for joining Out of Pocket with Allie and Michelle. We have a very special guest with us. It is Christopher Topher Townsend. He is like, I call you a music mogul because you have literally done everything. Literally everything in music. Yeah. So this episode, we're just blending politics and culture, bringing you just, I guess, all the things that you've done to our audience.
Okay. So you have to start by giving our audience backstory, because what you do is a very niche part of the music industry. Tell our viewers how you got started and what recent, you've paved the way in this special niche of AI, really AI marrying gospel, so to speak, right?
Yeah, so, just a little background. I grew up in a household, just my mom, but my dad is a blues guitarist and singer. So I have a musical background, and I started right when I was 10, and then it's always been a dream of mine to stand on stage and be surrounded by screaming fans. But now it's screaming like haters, so it's a little bit different. But still surrounded, so there's that. Yeah. But I really took off around 2019, 2020 when I started to bridge the gap between my political views and my music, because I felt like it was a lane that was vacant. Like not many people were outspoken about what was going on in the country, policies that were affecting us, and I decided to do something about it and basically paved the way for people like Tom McDonald, Mises, the Marine rapper D Cure, and so many other artists that came out. And shout out to Bryson Gray, definitely one of the first ones to do it, and just continue from there and experimenting with different technology as it come out, as you mentioned. AI, which is very controversial for many reasons, but I think the positive outweighs the negative, and we can use it in a powerful way that can be meaningful to everybody. And I'm seeing that happen in real time with my AI generated project, Solomon Ray. Which I want to say his style comes from me.
Yes.
Right? So his persona was built on who I was and my upbringing in Mississippi, which Mississippi is known for gospel, blues, country, you name it, right? And so that's what you get with him, the Southern soul gospel, I'm a Christian, so it's my faith. And then it just gives me the ability to be a one-man band, but have complete creative control over a project.
So there are a lot of people that think that Solomon Ray is an AI generated music artist all on its own. Not that there's somebody behind all of the creativity that is Solomon Ray. Like, you've created his avatar, you've created his vibe, you've created all of that. Are you also writing the music and producing it yourself?
Yes, I've told people I'm not afraid to admit that I use the assistance of ChatGPT and other AI software and programs, but who doesn't? You know, maybe I'm one of the first ones to be transparent and open and honest about it. But once again, use it as a tool. And that's what I do with Suno and any other program that goes into developing his sound and his vision. It starts with me. So it's always going to be a human prompting the commands and and dictating the final product. And so a lot of times media or articles or the conversation leaves out the human element. So then, of course, you're going to attack what you think is just this autonomous being, right? Doing things that you feel can be sacrilegious toward Christianity. But no, that's not what's happening. I'm behind it. He doesn't move unless I tell him to move, right? He doesn't say something unless I tell him to say it. And it's a beautiful process. I get to explore sounds and songs that I was limited to before, either by resources or by my own gifts and talents. And and the messages I receive from those who have been blessed by the message, by the music, it makes it worth it.
Well, it's funny because ever since the beginning of the music industry, especially in the 50s and 60s, you've always had record labels that have AR departments. They create the look, they create the genre, the sound, everything from what your style is. And you've always had people who write music for other artists. Most artists don't write their own. So really, what you're doing, I think, is taking it into the next era of incorporating some of the AI features. What's your feedback, Ben? Because I know you're very popular. You've broken some Billboard records. I don't know if you want to share the audience.
Share it. Because he is not getting the accolades he needs at all. Nobody, for whatever reason, is touching what you've actually accomplished. And so I would like to give you the floor to just explain.
Do I need to cross my legs for this one?
Let's go.
So, that being said, you gotta get real comfortable.
That's right.
Because I'm not going nowhere, right?
Right.
I'm here to stay. But as far as the feedback, we'll start there. It has been overwhelmingly negative, but at the same time, I'm used to it with the style of music I've been making for the last 5-6 years anyway. Right? The industry does not love people who consider themselves rebels. I consider myself a rebel, so therefore I don't get the same love that a Chris Brown or any of the more popular mainstream artists would get. One, because of my messaging, but two, because I like control. Like I don't like people telling me what I can't say. I'm as a veteran, I'm a big advocate for your First Amendment right. And I like to use that in my medium of choice, which is art. And so feedback has been crazy. I did not expect, what's his name, Forrest Frank, to come out openly and reject it, and then also basically encourage his followers to do the same. But I will say, that just goes to show that God can turn a negative into a positive. Because of that video, I'm now one of the biggest AI artists in the world, and definitely the biggest gospel AI artist. So, once again, hate all you want, or it would say bad publicity is good publicity. So that's how I look at it.
Well, sometimes that negative is exactly the thing that God used as a trajectory for you to turn into positive.
To get your name out there.
For sure. Well, I don't know. I think we've had this conversation off air where you have had 6 of the top 10 Billboard singles for one EP. Now explain this to our audience, because I don't think a lot of our audience is very culture, music, sound. I mean, maybe you are, now that we've teased that he was going to be on here. So thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and tell everybody about this episode. But could you just go into that a little bit about breaking this record of Billboard top number one artists? Who else has ever done that?
Yeah, so I'm doing things that even traditional artists have a hard time accomplishing.
That is incredible.
And I'm doing it through technology. So I'm in this space where I'm praised for my my artistic expression, but also praise for my use of technology. And it's beautiful. I never thought about it that way, but then again, I've always kind of been a brainchild. But the accolades I've done, I know for one, I believe it was mentioned in Christianity Today, or maybe Billboard, but I was the only and first AI artist to have a #1 single and a #1 album in the same genre.
Wow.
So no other
That's
artist has
amazing.
done that thus far.
Okay.
But that's not just because of my own efforts. That's due to the people who just love the music.
Yeah.
You know, if you put a great product out there and you make it visible, and people will gravitate to it. And then Find Your Rest was that breakout song. And it was a song that I wrote in response to a conversation I had with my sister about her depression. And I just wanted to uplift her spirit.
Wow.
And so I let her listen because this is my experimentation phase.
Right.
So I let her listen to something I was already working on. And she was like, oh, I like that. And I said, what if I told you it was AI? And she said, I don't care. I just like good music.
It still touched her.
Right.
And then I said, so she don't care that it's AI. So I'm going to write something for her. And Find Your Rest was that, right? So Galatians 6:9, all that. Cast your care on him for, all that. I was like, throw this into a song. End up being #1. It's still my biggest song to this day. And I've had other songs that blew up. Jesus and My Coffee. Good
Start my day with that one.
Blossoms.
I don't know about you,
That's
but I
better
start
than
my day with that
gangster in
one.
her coffee, okay? Let's just say.
Right. It is so good. It's good.
But it is good. So Jesus My Coffee, Goodbye Temptation, I Got Faith, and Do It With Soul. Do It With Soul is doing really good on TikTok right now. I have no idea, but
Nice.
a lot of people are using that soundtrack. I think they're making line dances to it, which you are
I like
familiar
how
with.
yes, thank you.
I've seen the videos
Okay,
out of
yeah,
pocket, but yeah, I've seen the videos.
Especially in the airport.
Wait, I ain't got a boss no more. Say it. I don't care. No, just kidding.
So what Allie's talking about is I think it was March 14th, the week of March 14th, for gospel digital song sales. I had 6 of my songs on the top 10. And 5 of those came from the first EP, which was Faithful Soul, and then my lead single, Come to Me, from my second EP, Faithful Soul 2. So yeah, 6 songs in the top 10. But one of the things that really, I would say, set me apart was hot gospel songs. So hot gospel songs is it includes 3 different criteria. So it feeds from the streams, from the sales, and from radio play.
Okay.
So digital sales is purely digital sales. A lot of people think that you can, manipulate that by just buying a bunch of stuff and throwing money at it. But you cannot manipulate hot gospel songs. Excuse me. So that said, I had 4 songs in that at one time in 1 week.
Wow.
Anyone else ever reach that? Like anyone close to it?
It's like you're trailblazing that, and this is an area
Yeah.
that we don't know what we don't know, and we see this with AI all the time. Some people are alarmed when they hear about it in healthcare or when they hear about it in schools. It's
Or for
here.
infrastructure.
Why would we not want to find a way to use it with our creativity? I mean, just to make it, I don't know, just to be able to experiment with it. And you're actually doing that in real time, trailblazing, and we're able to see it in real time.
And then, it hit home when I noticed that I was doing things that only people like Kanye West has done. Or Ye at this point.
Hold on, wait, say what?
Or Kirk Franklin. I'm
Yep.
not being compared to, a Lauren Dingle or
Right.
somebody like that. I can't even say Brandon Lake has done this. Because usually you have somebody who has 1 great song or maybe 2 great songs. But
Right.
I mean, a whole project or multiple songs outside of that, getting on these charts without industry love. That's the main thing.
Yes.
Without industry love, right? And I'm still making it happen, and people are still pushing back. But I'm grateful that the Lord is faithful, and He has continued to carry me to places I never thought I would be. And it all started with just a thought.
Yeah.
And that's how powerful thought can be. But sometimes you got to put legs to that imagination, and man, you get carried some places you need. Like I said,
Yeah.
Are you like getting any kind of like pushback against Christian artists specifically or gospel artists? Because I know that there seems to be this divide in Christian music. Why is it not just one genre? Why do we have 2? And why is it like a battlefield? It feels like.
Oh yeah, so I've done hip hop, and there's no like underground hip hop category.
Right.
It's just R&B
And there's no hip hop political
Playing,
music.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's just hip hop.
One Billboard chart, but one thing I noticed early on was the division in charts. all those Christian music, they have two separate charts, one for gospel and one for Christian. And so technically, I'm not competing against the Forrest Franks or the Brandon Lakes and people like that. I'm competing against the CC Winans and people like that. And from what I've been told, it's because gospel honors traditional black music, and the Christian contemporary has its own thing. So I don't like that divide. I think that's rooted in racism.
Yeah, and I think everybody that listens to faith-filled music doesn't, like, I don't see a divide there. I'm surprised. I've never paid attention to the fact that there are actually two separate genres.
Absolutely, two separate genres. And I
it's
don't
like that
it.
on the radio stations. You
better.
don't hear a lot of gospel music on the Christian radio.
So yeah, you'll hear. So there's difference. So Christian contemporary / gospel, and like I said, their reason is because they want to preserve traditional gospel and its roots. But I don't think that's the reason. And once again, that's just me stepping into something. I don't like I like to compete against the best.
Yes.
Right.
You know,
right.
That's just me.
Go.
Like, who cares if I'm good? I'm the best black dude. You know,
Right.
I want to be the best dude at it. Whatever it is, like, just
I love that.
the best.
The
You
best.
know, and even in music, but I can't control the charts. I will say, in reference to the charts, we have developed, or not me, but it's called the Sonic Intelligence. I forget what it's called, but I think it's Sika.
Okay.
SIQA. They started Sonic Intelligence, something like that. But they started their own AI charting. So for people who wanted the separation between human and AI, there have been some efforts in that area, and I still chart top 5, top 3 in that one every week. So still dominating over there, and still doing my thing on the regular charts. I'm sure eventually we'll see us start to receive Grammys and other things. It's new, and everybody's not sure what to do. But the money, if you follow the money, a lot of these major labels are throwing billions into these companies and buying them up, and it lets you know that they're going to use it down the line. It's just a matter of time.
Right.
So I'm glad
You see it already happening with acting. They've already talking about this. So it would be interesting to see. Now, why do you think you're not being interviewed? Because I think I had asked you, like, why do you not have like a PR team? Like, why are you not on all of these radio stations pitching your music? Like, you have an album that just dropped Friday.
Boom.
On Good Friday.
Today.
Today. What is it called?
That's right.
Good Friday.
Good Friday.
It's called Seated. Solomon Ray Seated.
There you go.
Great project. I promise you, there's no skip. Like, I
no
wouldn't say that
skip.
about
None.
any project.
You can't.
But start with Garden Prayer and end with Blood Still Works. It's a great storyline. It's all, chronological in the story. So
it's Bible, great. Right? Like it's rooted in biblical, like Bible terms. Yes. Like it's not something you're just fragrantly just like throwing Jesus glitter
fluff.
at it.
No fluff.
Like no fluff, right?
Yeah.
It's Bible.
It's out of pocket.
It is out of pocket.
Out of pocket, but in the Bible.
It's out of pocket.
Out of pocket, but in your Bible. There you go.
But yeah.
So why do you think you're not like getting a lot of these interviews?
You can say because there's
things
nobody
like
Allie and Michelle. You can say it.
Yeah. So one, yes, y'all are out of pocket for sure. But I'm not getting I'm not being included or praised for my achievements because of my political leanings. So if you go read the articles that many of these people have, drummed up about me, they have to mention MAGA rapper. They don't mention he's a rapper. They mention MAGA every time, and it's meant to be, derogatory. But once again, I was making music before MAGA, and I never considered myself a MAGA rapper. I just happened to make music that was patriotic and right-leaning. And for sure, I supported Donald Trump. But
and you're a veteran, and you're a dad, and you're, like, I mean... Yeah.
To put me in a box in order to discourage other people from liking what I'm doing, I guess that's media for you, and that's why I don't like the media. As people say, Maj Toure says, media stands for most effective devil in America. I cannot stand media. It's terrible. Except for you guys. Y'all not typical media. Y'all out of pocket. I love you too, for sure. But mainstream media is my main issue. And this is what happens. Christianity Today, so many other articles. I think even on the right. Conservatives don't like it because it's AI, and then the people on the left don't like it because of politics.
Yep.
So
Wow.
I can't win.
That means you're doing something right.
I'm doing
Right.
something right. You
Yeah,
know?
Right.
absolutely.
And I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing and
Good.
listen to the audience. And I love it because one, I'm being blessed by it, but others are being blessed as well. So I just tell people, check for the fruit. You know,
Ooh, I like that.
check for the fruit. What are people being blessed?
I think
is
he actually has
the
a
message.
song. He's got a couple artists out there. Resonate if you are interested.
A few more AI artists. Yeah.
Fruit is a pretty good one if you like the EDM and things like that. It's really good. So what are some?
So hold on, you're on a lot of our travel playlists.
Yes,
and I didn't
seriously.
know that. I didn't know that. I'm like, this is.
I'm like,
great.
listen to this new artist. Let me introduce you to something new.
I had no idea.
Yeah, no, Resonate is one.
I'm just
Yep.
listen. I'm just putting it out there, and literally, it's like a kid in a candy store for me. It's like I have access
That's
to
so
all
cool.
these singers, these voices, this production. What can I make with it? And I've been able to make from dubstep, and I love it because I get to blend genres. So my dubstep, I blend southern trap with EDM, and then with like I said, with
Interesting mix, by the way.
with
It's very interesting.
With Solomon, I'm blending soul with gospel. So you get to blend these genres that you typically don't hear, and that's due to the fact that many singers or artists don't. So gospel, if you think about it, many start in church.
Yes.
And then they grow out of the church and they go into country, pop,
Right.
R&B, etc. One, because they hit a paywall, and so they want to make more money. It's only so much money you can make in the church and gospel.
Yeah.
And what I see happening is, in my head, is God is like, I give you all these talents and gifts not to uplift the world or praise yourselves, but to praise me.
Mm-hmm.
But then you all go and become part of the world and do it for them. I'm gonna give your voices to somebody who's not gonna fall for that
Not
trick.
gonna do that.
Who's
yeah.
gonna be a little bit more humble with it and be more appreciative, and therefore that's how I look at AI too. It's like an attempt for God. It's like, you're out here wilding out, doing things that are embarrassing me and don't represent my kingdom, my character.
With the talent I gave you.
With the talent I gave you, and y'all have done this for centuries on centuries. So
You're right.
here's something where
Here's a tool.
here's a tool that somebody else can pick up and do what I need to do.
Look, you can't
Love
be
that.
mad when somebody shows up with a tool belt and gets to work.
work.
I'm just saying.
Gets to work. Well, you've been a big supporter of what Allie and I are launching going forward with Out of Pocket. I can't thank you enough for.
That was amazing. First of all, so we're in Conservative Ant's little studio there, which he has at the back of his shop. It was exciting to watch Topher go. So he's leaving. He's so humble. He's leaving, and we're walking out. We're getting ready to go have something to eat, and these young people are coming up and wanting to talk to him and wanting to create their own content with him there.
Him.
It's pretty cool to see somebody who's that humble. He's like, oh, they're talking to me. I'm like,
Mhm.
yes, they are.
Yes, you. Yes, you.
He's pretty amazing, and he's paving the way, guys. This is, AI doesn't have to be that thing that we look at. Again, I tell people, have you ever typed something through Microsoft Word and it's spell checked? That's a form of AI. It really was, and so we have to put guardrails on things.
I mean, so is your Google Maps, if we're going to be honest with you.
AI knows where you are,
Right? I mean,
there's certain days I get in my car and it suggests where I'm going. I'm like, why? Because every Sunday I go to that place for church. Okay.
right when you're scrolling on your phone and the algorithm picks it up, it's not just an algorithm, you guys. It's pathed and paved with I say acquired intelligence because it's not artificial. You got to plug in prompts for it in order to work, but it is largely run and operated by humans.
Yes.
So it's not like this something that's been created and can like evolve on its own. I mean, sometimes it
that wonderful movie
iRobot or
Will Smith.
Yeah.
Gave us that idea. We're gonna keep our eyes on it though, guys. Make sure you guys check out Topher and his music. I want to
Solomon Ray has been completely like obliterating everything is what we talked about, but yeah,
Amen.
Definitely.
Allie, so before we leave, we want to, I just want to get your reaction on this video. I don't know. There's like this rage still happening against MAGA, against that red hat, against Donald Trump, against people like you and I who just speak out. If you can stomach it, take a listen to this quick video. Let's get your reaction.
You need to take that hat off now. It's disgusting. You're disgusting. You're wearing this outfit that my husband bought for this country. And look at you. Look at you. You're a piece of doo-doo and you know You need to take this soldier outfit off because you don't deserve to wear it. You are ruining this country. You are ruining this country. How dare you? How dare you? You smug little jerk. You think you could just vote for the wrong person? You voted for the wrong person. Get the You and your kind. You know where you belong? You belong in a hole. That's where you belong. With dirt covering your ugly faces. All of you are the same. You're ugly maggots. That's what you are, maggots. That's right. It kind of rhymes with your idol.
Ma'am, that is out of
Wait,
pocket.
can we confirm that was a ma'am? I mean, I'm thinking it was, but she knew enough to not touch him.
But did you hear what she said? All of you are the same. You and your kind. Does that remind you of a specific political party that would say the same thing to Black and brown people? Interesting. Wow. So this is what you call a psychological mental break. And she definitely needs some assistance with reining in some of that rage and trying to figure out where that comes from. She needs some help, you guys. I think that is definitely a mental illness, not to laugh it off, but my goodness.
Well, you know, and the reason that I think we have a show called Out of Pocket is because there's so many ways to be out of pocket.
Yeah.
And you can.
So many.
But what I will say is that wonderful young man that was sitting there had the ability to stay calm.
Yep. Wasn't offended, and you know she did try to make a gesture towards his uniform, the uniform that he was wearing, and the uniform that anybody puts on, whether you vote Democrat or Republican, that uniform stands for both. Yep.
And it stands for your freedom to be able to express yourself. Maybe you don't come that unhinged. I mean, that's not out of pocket. That's like
wow. That is wild, sis. Like I can't believe people. I mean, that really a red hat that says "Make America Great Again" has triggered you to the point of a complete toddler meltdown. Like, how old are you? You are in your 60s, ma'am, and you are throwing a temper tantrum like a 2-year-old.
Yep.
Why do you not have control over your emotions? Guys, if you do not have control over your own emotions, you are easily controllable.
And that's not going to be, that's not where you want to be.
Definitely not.
Allie, it's been a pleasure getting our second episode here of Out of Pocket done. Guys, go ahead and you can visit Open Mic and look at all of our former footage, but you're going to want to make sure you like, share, and subscribe right here with Out of Pocket for all of our new content. Make sure that you reach out and follow at Real Allie Leger, at Michelle Posey on all social media platforms.
And truly veteran owned and operated and supported. So thank you guys so much for your time, your energy. Guys, go out and be the sharpest tip of the spear, your circle of influence, and always remember to stay out of pocket.
See you next time.
Two queens, no filter, say what they feel. Allie and Michelle keep it way too real.